ZEPBOUND low daily fluid intake. Are you sabotaging your ZEPBOUND weight loss? Hello, beautiful friends. I'm Elizabeth, Countess of Shopping. I've lost over 112 pounds the last 2.5 years of being on ZEPBOUND, MOUNJARO, and Tirzepatide compound, not at the same time, but because of the shortages. And on today's episode, I'm super pumped to talk about a new study that came out about lower daily fluid intake. Are you drinking your water, honey? And it's Saturday. I didn't feel like putting on makeup, and I didn't even feel like getting out of my pajamas. So we're going to keep it super cash as we talk about why your water intake and not having enough of it could really be the reason why you're not losing weight as quickly as you want or getting the other health benefits and results that you're wanting. This is me. Recently, I don't know, the last few weeks, I've been really working on my calorie. You guys, I've seen my other videos about talking with a dietitian and making these dietitian changes, but my water consumption has been just not on point, and it's something I've been working on. And so when I saw this study recently done over in the UK, hello to our UK friends, and I will link it down in the description link below. It's low fluid daily intake linked to higher stress hormone response in adults. And it was basically people who drink less than the daily recommended fluid intake experience greater stress hormone response, which is associated with the risk of heart disease, diabetes, ding, 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 because we're talking about blood sugars, and depression, according to a new study of scientists in Liverpool, UK. And so the study was published on August 22nd, 2025. Of course, I'll link it down below. I do demand and require that I'm factually accurate and check my sources always. This was from the Journal of Applied Psychology, and found that individuals who drank less than 1.5 liters of fluid, or for our UK buddies, less than 7 cups of tea per day, had a cortisol response, that stress hormone response, that was 50% higher. Yes, 50% higher than those who met their daily water intake recommendations. And said the study, led by professional Neil Walsh, said that cortisol is the body's primary stress hormone, and exaggerated cortisol reactivity to stress is associated with that heart disease, diabetes, and depression. So what they did within the study, I found this fascinating, by the way. Like, literally, I'm like, I just got my new glasses for my water with my silly goose juice for Halloween. I'm like, perfect timing. I need to go wash them so I can start drinking from them. The team divided young, healthy adults into 2 equally sized groups representing the lowest and highest 25% of daily fluid intake. The low fluid group consisted of individuals who drank less than 1.5 liters per day. Hot water, hot drinks. The high fluid group included individuals who regularly met their daily water intake recommendation, 2 liters for women and 2.5 liters for men. Both groups were matched for key factors of influence for that stress response. They were like checking to see, okay, how did that correspond to their stress response, to their cortisol, and psychological characteristics, and also their sleep. So the participants, while they were doing this, they maintained drinking usual habits for 1 week. And during which, like, I want to drink water so badly right now. I'm like, during which their hydration levels were monitored in blood. And then they also checked their urine samples. So they underwent the Trier social stress test, widely used to simulate real-world stress response in a mock interview and mental arithmetic task. Get out your pencils, fellas. And with this, both groups felt equally anxious and experienced similar increases in heart rate during their stress tests. However, only the low fluid group shows significant stress and saliva cortisols in response to the stress test. He added that the low fluid group, so the people not drinking a lot of water, beverages, did not report being thirstier than the high fluid group. They had darker, more concentrated urine and clear signs of poor hydration. So an important observation with poor hydration was associated with greater cortisol activity in the stress test. Exaggerated cortisol reactivity to stress has been associated with poor long-term health. So when we talk about cortisol, by the way, friendly reminder, I did a video, it was 2 videos ago, maybe 3 videos ago, talking specifically about cortisol, because I'm on this cortisol kick because my dietitian, who has a master's degree in nutrition, talked to me about my cortisol levels and stress response. And naturally, when we are on ZEPBOUND, there's more to the study that I'm going to dive into, but I think it's really important when we talk about our GLP-1 medications, losing weight is a stressor on the body. It is. Like, it is. And our body can have but only so many stressors on the body, right? So if we're focusing on losing weight, that is a stressor on the body with cortisol stress response. So when we're adding in these other stressors, work, your mother-in-law, just kidding, just joking. It was a joke, just making sure you're paying attention. I love my mother-in-law. In fact, I'm gonna text her later today about my kid's birthday party coming up. So if you're watching, I love you. I'm gonna text you later today. But having these other, sidebar, we're having all of these other stressors on there. Why would we add a stressor that we can easily control? There's so many things within the GLP-1 biosphere that we cannot control. Hello, being on a plateau and things like there's certain things like we just cannot control. But our water intake is surely something that we can easily take the driver's seat back, take our power back, take and put us back into the driver's seat to hit it hard for our weight loss journey, or if you're on maintenance, or if you're just wanting to maintain our health journey. Pamela, for example, I love Pamela so much. She's been on maintenance for a long, long, long time. You know what I'm saying? But I know, I don't know for a fact, but I'm gonna guess that Pamela, for sure within her maintenance journey too, is probably like, I still need to maintain my water and still need to maintain, there's certain things that I can do even in maintenance. I'm using Pamela as a wonderful example because she's a wonderful human being in the Countess of Shopping community. Make sure you are in countessofshopping.com/group, my free encouragement group. So the answer lies within our body's water regulation system, which is closely connected to the brain's stress response center. So when the body is sensing that dehydration, whether it's due to inadequate fluid intake, or excessive fluid loss, girl, you're peeing, hopefully not your pants. We gotta add some humor into this. It triggers the release of a hormone called, and I'm gonna butcher this, but it's vasopressin. Vasopressin acts as primarily on the kidneys and promoting water reabsorption to maintain blood volume and electrolyte balance. The conservation mechanism comes at a cost. Sustained vasopressin release places additional strain on the kidneys, which must work harder to concentrate urine and manage our electrolyte balance. Vasopressin also acts as a brain's stress response center, the hypothalamus, where we can influence the release of cortisol. This dual role for vasopressin maintains the blood volume and electrolyte balance, but also increase in cortisol. Researchers say that while further long-term studies are needed, findings reinforce current water intake recommendations, approximately 2 liters of fluid each day for women and 2.5 liters of liters for men. Hold on one second. Hold on. Gird your loins, honey. How many ounces is for 2 liters? Hold, please.
2L is equal to approximately 67.63 fluid ounces.
Wait, come on. It says 2 liters is approximately like 67.5 ounces. That doesn't seem like a lot. Does that not seem like a lot to you? So this is with the UK. It's from the UK. So our UK friends are probably laughing at me about liters and metrics, but I can do ounces in my brain because this is 40 ounces. So you're saying it's 1.5 of these each day, and that people aren't drinking 1.5 of these? I drink like my goal is 3 per day. And I have my electrolytes with them, my element electrolytes that I use with them. Okay, so we're talking for US folks, it's literally 67.5 ounces. So let's just say 68 for easy math. That's 1.5 of my 40-ounce tumblers. That's not so bad just to maintain this. Being hydrated may help your body manage the stress more effectively, right? And so this is the point that I'm connecting. The article's not connecting this. I'm making this connection. So you do with what you will with me saying that this isn't the scientific article. This is me making the correction. And I know our medical community here will come out strong. I love it when you guys lovingly correct me. But I'm making the correlation that being hydrated, it says, may help your body manage stress more effectively. For our weight loss journey, we're having higher stress. It is something we can control to help manage the stress on our body. Now, add in additional life stress where life be lifing. I know so many of you, I always do our emoji of the day. And in it, I always say, I will pray over you. If you don't believe in prayer, I'll uplift you in positive thoughts. On a daily basis, do you know how many people are like, please pray for me, life is lifing? In some sort of capacity. They don't say it like that, but that's what they're saying. And that tells me, ding, 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 stress. In a day and age where there's lots of stress. Do you know how stressed I was when my husband left Homeland Security earlier this year by his own choice? It was so stressful. I wasn't sleeping. My eating was like, I was so stressed and I couldn't talk about it with anybody. Literally was like internalizing. I couldn't talk about it with anybody. My job is to talk for a living. if not here over on QVC or HSN, you know what I mean? Like I talk for a living. And so for me, that stress, you guys saw I had a weight stop. Did you not? You can go back and play the tapes. Earlier this year, go back to January. I look different. Like right now, I look like a whack job because I literally could not be bothered to even wash my face or brush my teeth. I was like, I'll just come talk to my besties and have a very cash video. So we're being very cash today. I was so stressed back in January and February. My teeth, the side of my teeth, I was grinding my teeth so badly. My dentist was like, Elizabeth, you need to chill it out. I had to get more Botox in my jaw to help release it because I was so stressed. I couldn't talk about it with anybody. I could not talk about it with anybody. So when they talk about stress, I literally can see that in my ZEPBOUND weight loss journey, the stress correlation was part of the reason why I was having a plateau. I could not function as well as I can now. Now life is life. Like I'm so grateful every day. Every day I'm grateful, but literally walking through that stress was, I would not wish that for, maybe I would wish it on my worst enemy. No, no, just kidding. But like literally it was a very stressful season. So the point that I'm trying to make is that us having these stressors on our GLP-1, I'm making this correlation, the article's not, but talking about how we can mitigate some of these stresses for us is really, really important. And I wish I had, by the way, going back to that season, I'll talk about the hydration part here in a minute, but just ripping off of a little side tour for the Countess of shopping. I wish I had managed that stressful season a little bit better than I did, but I did the best I could. I look back on that and I was like, my kid was healthy. I supported my hot husband. Like I did the best I could. Did I handle that the best I possibly could? No, but I feel like I did a pretty good job. But within doing a pretty good job with that, it was still stressful. And adding in a family member who's going through colon cancer treatment, like you start my husband's like, that's a lot. And I was like, that was a lot. Like we've walked through that season now. We're in a different season and we're both like, we just walked, that was a lot. I always think the most stressful season was when my daughter passed. That was hellacious, obviously. It was awful, 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 awful. Come in November is when her anniversary of her death is. So this time of year, I start to get a little bit squirrely thinking about it. I feel much better about it this year, but I reflect back on that. I don't think, knock on wood, nothing will compare to that season of my life. And so going into stressors, if it's me just simply chugging a little bit of water to help my stress relief, that it will actually also help my mental health as well, I'm going to sippy dippy on my silly goose juice mug down on my Amazon shopping list. Like I'm going to do that then. And so going back over to the article, knowing, for example, you have a stressful schedule or a looming work deadline or speech to make, keep a bottle of water close to you as a good habit for your long-term health. And that's not just woo-woo, that's science. And so for me, I'm like, that clocks. Like I need to be better. Just, I do take my water bottle around with me. The last few weeks with like the changes to school and things like that, I have not. And so wanted to share this. Now, riffing off of that with this article, it's talking about dehydration. There was another article that I didn't want to do a whole separate video on. It was talking about skin sensitivity, which I had last summer. I had a retinol reaction because I was in the sun and it was bad. And so with that, I am sensitive when I see articles about skin, acid reflux from my shot. When I see articles about skin sensitivity, this was talking about dehydration is a known side effect for GLP-1, which we talked about yesterday in yesterday's video. Make sure you go, no, it was two videos ago. Yesterday was about Amazon. 2 videos ago, I was talking about the saliva and our teeth and how having dry mouth with saliva, with dentists, it's causing issues for some people. And if you have like nausea or vomiting, that can lead to some issues with your teeth. Not to be honey penny, just being aware of it, that we can have dry mouth with it. And so it's talking in this article, this is from, by the way, it's ladbible.com is my source. So knowing that that's my source, take this for what it is. But it talks about dehydration is a known side effect for GLP-1s. Dry or more delicate skin can potentially react more harshly to UV rays in some individuals. That's me. So the linkage back of talking about having a good skincare routine can impact hydration and metabolism. And so I think that that's something to note of how much even the dehydration is affecting our skin as well, and how that with the GLP-1 potentially can lead to sensitivity. Potentially. I'm saying potentially, because you guys know I require to be factually accurate and I don't want to spread misinformation. So I want to make sure I'm being super clear of when things are my theory or like not concrete science. This is not concrete science. I'm like looking for my stats in there to go back over. But talking about your GLP-1 medication, I encourage you to talk to your healthcare provider too. None of this is medical advice. Always talk to your own healthcare provider, simply my own experience, strength, and hope. But talking about the increase in hydration, about how that's also, if you have skin sensitivity, can help that too. And so I find this whole thing, it's fascinating to me. I'm like, okay, so going back to our, hold on, let me go back over to my show notes real fast. Going back over to my show notes, talking about how low fluid intake is linked to higher stress hormone and how that can dramatically affect our weight loss journey simply by just chugging some water. The dehydration can affect if you have nausea or constipation, diarrhea, constipation, nausea, vomiting, the four most common gastrointestinal side effects. Water can help that, friends. Like literally just some simple water. Now, I did not have my nugget ice maker, my Opal nugget ice maker. I needed to clean it. Many of you have asked about my review on my Opal nugget ice maker, which I love, but the cleaning process on it, which you have to do every month, is a pain in the bottom. I was gonna say something else. And so I love it, but I don't like the cleaning component, which is why I didn't use it for like 3 months, is because I needed to clean the daggone thing. I paid my kid, I'm like, can you do it? So he cleaned it for me. And so now we have nugget ice. And so it's been easier to, so whatever system you have to make you drink more water or hot water or tea or decaf coffee or whatever, we know that caffeinated beverages can make us a little bit more dehydrated. But if we're not having enough water, that can impact our GLP-1 side effects. And so stools become harder to pass, leading to constipation and bloating if you're dehydrated, right? And this video is absolutely not sponsored by Element Electrolytes. I was trying to pull them up, but Element Electrolytes, they come in sticks or in the cans. You can get free sticks with any stick purchase it's linked in my description link below. Also on countessofshopping.com/group, and also on my website too, countessofshopping.com/shop. I have all of my discounts for everything. People were asking about like my Built Bar discount, which by the way, I was talking about Built Bar sour protein bars, and you guys are like, they're so gross. I don't find them gross. I find the blue raspberry ones really good. But for sure, the best protein bar is the cookie dough. The discount code is Queen25, but you'd know that if you were in the group or on countessofshopping.com. Going back over to dehydration, sidebar. Proper hydration is essential for us to continue our blood sugar control too. Whether you like it or not, GLP-1s do change your blood sugar. And so being mindful of that, some people, if you're standing up and you're getting too dizzy or things like that, like talking to your healthcare provider too about changes in that. By the way, if you're standing up and getting dizzy, do you take blood pressure medicine? You may need to change your blood pressure medicine. I'm not a healthcare provider, just something from my own experience, strength, and hope. Serious risks, severe dehydration can lead to electrolyte imbalance. Element electrolytes. In extreme cases, this can lead to serious complications like kidney damage or require hospitalization. Now, again, that's serious. Like, we're not trying to be honey penny. The sky is falling. I'm not drinking my water, so I'm going to have kidney damage. Like, no. But for some people, this is why we need to be aware. Be aware. A quick drop on the scale due to dehydration is just water weight. So that's going to impact your scale. And you may be like, yes, but really the prolonged dehydration can slow down your metabolism, making it harder to lose weight. And drinking water helps your body to adjust the medication more smoothly and can lead your digestion moving and can reduce severity of nausea and constipation. When you're well hydrated, your body can break down and flush out fat, and water is essential for metabolic process that can lead to fat loss. Also, brain fog is real for dehydration as well. And so just making sure that for your mood and well balance for your brain. And then beyond medication, proper hydration leads to regulate body temperature. Ooh, body temperature. Are you cold all the time? If you're cold all the time, by the way, people say that a lot. I see that a lot in the group, countessofshopping.com/group, free group. And I've read again, I've read because I'm not medical at all, but thyroid people a lot, they always ask, are your hands cold? It always relates back to thyroid when I'm talking to my thyroid doctor. So just FYI on that, if your hands are cold, that could be in relation to your thyroid, because they always ask me that. So I find all of this fascinating. Again, I go back to things I can change, things I can't, the wisdom to know the difference. On my GLP-1 weight loss, there's so much. I cannot control the price of these medications. I cannot control the shortages with GLP-1 medications or the abundance of GLP-1 medications or health insurance coverage with GLP-1 medications. Like there's so much with it I cannot control. I cannot control people judging me because I'm on a GLP-1 medication, which by the way is the least of my worries. I could care less about that part. I'm like, judge away, honey. Judge away. I was on Oprah. People are like, I keep it a secret. I was like, I was on Oprah. And that's how I told my whole family I was on GLP-1 medication. It was me talking to Oprah. Crazy. Anyways, if I can control this just by sipping on some water throughout the day by having a water bottle, I do think this sounds like so super cheesy and people make fun of me and I don't care. Literally the water bottle matters. Is it a flip top water bottle for you? Is it a Stanley for you? Is it a glass one? These sweat, by the way. You're definitely going to need a coaster underneath. But I think they're too cute not to have. But look at them. Like literally, I'm so excited about my Highland cows. I'm so excited about them. Like super, like that's amazing. Sidebar, before I forget, because I'm totally going to forget. Right now over the holiday, because I'm filming this during, is it Labor Day weekend? Yeah, the holiday weekend. Bioptimizers, when you use the discount code QUEEN on bioptimizers.com, so it's bioptimizers.com/queen. Do I have the website here? Yeah, it's that one. It's 20% off right now with my code. It's normally at like 15%. It's 20% this weekend. Just FYI, if you're wanting to stock up. They're digestive enzymes. I love them. Magnesium. Oh my God. It's huge, 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 huge. Sleep, muscle recovery, constipation, because it has 7 types of magnesium. Anyways, I would not be a good bestie if I didn't tell you that. That, like, stock up, 20% off. Or at least to get you now between now and Black Friday. I always say, like, that Black Friday sale, honey. They always, every year, I have no idea for this year, but they always, every year, that's when I'm like, oh, I'll stock up for the next year or 6 months or whatever. Anyways, I digress. So going back over to like recap all of this, what can you control? There's a lot that you can't, but your water you can. And that can be tea, decaf tea. It doesn't have to be water. I love personally sparkling water, Pellegrino, honey. I'm obsessed. Pellegrino, sponsor me. I love Pellegrino. A good Pelly. I don't drink alcohol. I drink soda water. Like I am obsessed with Pellegrino. Get it by the case. I'm obsessed with it. Everyone has their vice and mine is Pellegrino. Going to the JMU football game later today. Go Duke Dogs. And I'm like, they don't serve soda water or sparkling water. It drives me nuts. JMU, if you're watching, James Madison University, please have some sort of bubbly water. I'm like, they have beer, they have all the stuff you can buy at the football game. I'm like, I just want some Pellies or soda water. I'll even take a Perrier. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. No, that's basically it. I am going to set up today though. I have to lift today because I didn't lift yesterday. And afterwards, after I take my shower and like I look like, was it Quasimodo? That's what I was looking for. I can't wait to use my, I talked about this on yesterday's show, my light belt therapy on my stomach. I cannot wait to tell you guys if it helps my loose skin and my, what's it called? Stretch marks. Because that's where my injection is. And literally it's impeding now my saggy skin and stretch marks because scar tissue can affect your GLP-1 injection. There's so much stretch marks. I'm like, surely that's like affecting my shot because it's scar tissue. It's the stretch marks are scarred over now. So I'm curious if this red light helps. Very curious. So I will keep you guys know, I'll be honest. You guys, I wouldn't waste your hard-earned money unless I thought it was something pretty good. So anyways, I'm pumped about that. Pumped. I hope you guys have a great day. I'm going to go get another decaf coffee. I'm going to get some water. I just realized I'm like, I haven't had a sip of water right now, and I'm filming this at like 9 a.m. in the morning. I'm gonna go get some water, and I hope you have a great day. I love you guys so super much. Our emoji of the day today, it's gonna be a cow. It's gonna be a cow after my Highland cows. Aren't they so cute? We're gonna make cow the emoji of the day. I do emojis of the day to get to know you better because I care. It's my bat signal to pray over you. And if you don't believe in prayer, uplift you in positive thought, as all are welcome at the Countess of shopping table. It's also my way of like knowing you better because you've watched this far in the video. If you've watched this far in the video, more than likely you like this. Like we vibe. We're similar. We're besties. So to all my besties, I love you guys so super much. You know what I haven't done in a long time and I should do it right now is, oh wait, hold on. Sorry, my manager is texting me. Why is she texting me? Sorry. I wanted to, squirrel moment. Countess Unhinged. Our community spotlight featured this week is Maylee, Paula, Tara. I love you, Tara. Tara's an amazing bestie. She's been here for a long time. Ralphiola, Michelle, Jane, Clokey, Thelma, Sarah, Mindy, Angie, Jean, Tracy, Pamela, Charlotte, Danae, Tammy, Mary Beth, Candy, Michelle, Karma, Mandy, Barbie, Alice, Chelsea, Amy, Kelly, or Chels, Glow, hi Glow, Virginia, Robin, Lisa, Brenda, Candy, Anita, Lisa, Ashton, Mari, Angela, Becky, Lori, Anita, Yolanda, hi Leo, Nima, Kelly, Valerie, Amy, Debbie, hi Debbie, Tracy, and Patricia. So those are our community spotlight. I don't think that YouTube does, but I haven't done that in a while, and I want to say I love you guys so much. Okay, I'm off to go get ready. I gotta go lift, get ready for the JMU football game, and drink some water. Let's drink some water. And I'll cite all my sources down below too. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others. I'm Countess of Shopping. Count my blessings because life is delicious. Love y'all. Bye, guys.